Hello, I'm Father Jonathan Morris, and today I'm speaking on behalf of the Christopher's Organization. In this week's short reflection, I want to talk to you about a principle of Christian life. Perhaps you've heard of it before, and that is seeing the face of Jesus in others. In other words, loving others as Christ would love them. I don't know for you, but for me, sometimes this is very hard. It's even walking down the street, running into people who might have bumped you, or maybe somebody's beeping you at you on the road, or just somebody at work who bothers you or is hard to get along with, or even coming home to a spouse, to a friend, and not finding it very easy to love them. Well, I remember always hearing as a kid, you just have to love Jesus in them. What do you think about that? I think it's yes and no. It's about learning to love that person, not as if they were Christ. No. Rather, learning to love that person, knowing that Christ lives in them and that this person is willed by God for their own sake. And so it's much easier perhaps to say, you know what, I'll just pretend I don't see that person's face and I'm going to love Jesus. No. God loved them so much as an individual that he created them in his own image and likeness. Let me tell you a very simple story that happened to me over these last few months. There's a gentleman who obviously has some emotional issues. I later found out it's schizophrenia, who sells some trinkets on the sidewalk very close to my office building. And at first, I was turned off by him. One day, I had some extra time, and I went over and started talking to him. Now, he doesn't make a whole lot of sense, quite honestly. He talks about things from his past and about people who are trying to get him and things. But the next time I walked by, he looked at me and he said, "Jonathan, this man, Andrew, knew my name, and I didn't even know his name." I went over there and started talking to him. Now, every single day when I walk to work, we have a few minutes of conversation. I don't know exactly what he's trying to communicate to me all the time, but I do know that he can experience in me, as he would from anyone, a little bit of peace and joy. I believe that loving Christ and others has to do with looking at the other person for who they are, and then looking up at Jesus and imagining what Jesus must see in that child of his. That helps me to try to love a little bit more personally and a little bit deeper. Won't you follow me in this great mission that Father Keller of the Christophers has started to encourage us to be a light in the darkness? I invite you to go to www.christophers.org. You'll be able to see all the different ministries that the Christophers does, as well as make sure you get these weekly, very small reflections. God bless you.